You ever get called in to get fired? So there I was doing nothing on my day off, just minding my business. It was a Sunday. And then I get a text message from my boss and he said, "Hey, you mind coming in before your shift? I got to tell you something really important." I said, What? What's going on? Before my shift. I said, "I'm sorry, Chief. I don't usually come in before my shift." He said, I really got to tell you something super important." I said, "Oh." Now, I had worked in many places before. I had known this language and speak of manager talk. I know when they want you to come in before your shift, they're telling you you're not going to have a shift. They're trying to tell you something that is going to mess up your entire week, going to mess up your car payments a little bit. I said, I said, can we talk right now? Can you just call me on the phone? He said, "Nah, this is something we got to talk about tomorrow. You already got my anxiety spiking. Don't just text me and tell me something of that variety. I don't work in 2 days. I'm not going to be stressed for a whole day wondering what you possibly want to talk about. This is my job. This is my livelihood we're talking about." I said, "Okay, I guess I'll just come in 30 minutes before." I come in 10 minutes before, and I say, I don't like coming into work early. He looks at me. He's smiling. He says, "Hey, pleasure to meet you. I got to come in here." I said, "Okay, cool." He said, "Let's go to the back office." I said, "Oh, my goodness. I don't know what's going on. I'm scared. My chocolate starfish is puckering. I don't know what's happening. I'm really scared. I'm stimulating my prostate somehow. I'm scared." He says, "So we're getting a bunch of new hires, and they're really dedicated to the job. And I don't want to have to do this, but upper management," he hit me with the talk. "Oh, this is the birds and the bees, but for losing my job. This is so bad. Oh, I hate this." I said, "Listen, if I'm fired," he said, No. We can just reduce your hours to a standstill." I said, to a standstill. What's that mean?" He said, "I'm not going to promote you to customer." Trying to do a joke with me. I'm not here to joke. It's my livelihood. I got to pay bills. He said, "You're no longer going to be full-time. We could do part-time for a little bit." I said, "Okay, let's try it out." So we try it out. This man giving me 2 hours a week, 2 hours to come in, clean, and leave. After a month of me doing 2 hours a week, I say, now you got to fire me. He said, "Well, I can't fire you because you're still on the schedule." I said, "All right, figure it out." He said, "Figure it out." He said, "Okay, I can't fire you." Now, the reason he don't want to fire me is because he don't want to give me that severance check. That's the beauty of it. I need that severance check. I require that. That's really important to me. This man did everything in his power not to fire me. I found a way to get fired. I'm not going to tell you exactly what I did. I may have run the fire alarm a few times. But, hey, that happens. I got fired, and I got my severance check. He didn't really want to give it to me, but he was just trying to reduce my hours, so I naturally just left. That's messy. Evil. I hate that.